and essentially what that is a data transfer object, and the idea behind this is we want to centralize a lot of the requests and responses that we have across the application. Now, I also need to do some tidying up because Claude is got a large claude.md file, so that is the first kind of major task, is to tidy that up. So we actually already have a terminal open for this, and my suggestion is also I'm going to show how we want these services to be in the future. So let me have a go around here. I've got a file here. I'll go to my desktop and show you. I kind of want services to be like this: service, video service, like this. Services, service name, .ts, and we should use a create factory, pass in dependencies. I suggest having a look at module to see an example of dependency injection specifically with Supabase. And then if we look at the create client that we have from Supabase, probably going to add .html star to my files to exclude from search, and you can do that in the settings.json. So I've already been doing this with JavaScript files, but we could also hide HTML files because, let's be honest, we are never really going to need to worry too much about those. So I can take that out, and then we do end up with some .tests, but that's fine. That's a lot better. We still have this .tsx, this is .html. If I reload my window, see if that fixes it. Okay, fine. Now those should be hidden. Nice. That's a lot cleaner. So for example, we have all these from utils client. Don't worry guys, it's not my real service role key, it is literally just a Supabase local stack key, so we've got nothing to worry about here. You can copy this entire key, it won't do anything. What am I doing now though? Do we have a Supabase client from here? Is it exposed in create client behaviors? We should also add. Also, I want these services to use the create client specifically from here, which comes from here. then we don't have to add the types on all of the time. Obviously, we should make an exception for the core services package because that actually does do some content transformation, but generally speaking, new services should have their own PNPM workspace. I think that makes the most sense. And yeah, so what we're doing is we've got this DTOs package directory here, and what I want to do is basically have one place where we can standardize things like the API response schema, job metadata, like things like auth and credits, and progressive requests that build up. Can you also say that each request as a DTO should be ideally paired with a response? All right. We should also have a DTOs folder locally for each service, but this should be if the service is not commonly reused across multiple layers. And the other thing that I didn't like about the plan is I want to use classes. I would prefer a factory method implementation. I create X service, deps, create service specific method. And then I think the other thing that we want to add on here is that if part of the repository that you are working on is not standardized, you must surface these insights in a digest. You must surface these insights and ask the user how they want to standardize a specific service layer. except I think we want to dash resume here on a I want you to generate a plan as to what has been fixed and what needs to be fixed still. Okay, we also want to resume here as well. This one here, feature fix API unit tests. I believe this has actually fixed them, so we should go and have a look on GitHub Actions. Unit and integration tests. Can you go onto this Git work tree? I think it's quite interesting, like no, keep planning. I do want you to provide several options to the user. Standardization of a service 2. We want this one to go onto this Git work tree here, and we want that to fix the unit and integration tests with Supabase. Can you please do that? Generate an effective plan. I'm finding that plan mode works a lot better when you're in bigger repositories. Could you also generate a directory structure for how a DTO should, how a new service such domain-driven design should look? Just to keep it simple, etc. A couple of few short examples. So what it says, all fixes are working. I think you can use custom schemas. Okay, so what we got here, I think the other thing as well is we won't need to reference commands because we are importing the package.json. Also, could we slim down any project context within claude.md and move some of it to the README, as we are at referencing the README. So maybe that is a better place to merge and deduplicate the project context. We have like a README and we have a Claude.md, and what I'm specifically interested in doing is making sure that we don't pull in too much context into Claude, because if you have too large of a Claude.md file, then apparently it impacts performance. And that looks good. So what's this one doing? I think we want to keep it as .integration.ts. I think we want to keep our test files as .integration.ts. Can you update that too? So I think the main thing I've learned, guys, is definitely recommend using Claude plan mode, because you can see here there's like several times that we're iterating on this, and then once you're happy with that plan, that's when you can specifically give it all the permissions to go and do that. So run all the tests, fix any tests, update this method, verify the mock, change the include pattern. Yeah, perfect. So then you can just tell it to proceed. And then we're also going to look at this one as well. We've got here. So this is some documentation we're doing. So common commands. Yeah, nice. So this is like your, I think we want to change this to, we want to use objects rather to use const and objects rather than a declarative function for the few shot example. Yeah, this is good. Request response pairing. Okay. Could you start implementing the Yeah, that is good. Cool. We also don't want any jest as well. We want to compact the insights we've got from Claude MD. Okay, cool. Probably should hide these coverage.json files too. Okay, great. Okay, so that's working on the Claude.md file. So that's editing that one. Cool, and after you have compacted it, move as much as possible to README. That is duplicated information. Cool, so whilst all that is being done, compact the Claude.md file for reduced degradation, plus adding in DTO syntax / few shot examples. And I like to prefix things with like Claude code, so I know which ones Claude code is working on. Within the Fastify app, and making sure to use shared DTOs. This is purely a refactor, no behavioral changes required, and we'll just give this a test run. This one's taking quite a while, so I'm just going to go back and resume. Could you get the integration tests all working, please? Oh, cool. So Cursor creates a to-do list now. That's awesome. Takes ages to refactor. Might just give this as a task to Cursor to do, to be honest. Do. Shouldn't we also have responses with the DTO? They should be with a request plus response pair. We should go update cursor rules because that's obviously a problem. Maximum type safety. Utilize Zod. Okay. So we'll merge this one in, I think. Could you also merge in Git work tree integration tests into which is the current branch that you are on, deal with any merge conflicts, etc. Then we will only have one branch to merge in with. Cool. Alright, let's go. Yeah, so commit your changes and then pull in the other branch. Obviously favor your changes if there are conflicts. And then I want you to make sure that we are on still able to run PNPM test colon integration, and also make sure to so we're just compacting the claude.md file at the moment because it's too large to delete the work tree and tests branch and git work tree when all of the work is done. Cool, so then we can just merge that branch into that branch, which is all good. And then I've got Claude compacting the claude.md file. So that's now working. Nice. The Claude is just doing some compacting, which is nice. So that is going to be compacting. Okay, cool. So it's trying to just do a couple of strategic cuts to get our claude.md file down in size. And the reason why we're doing that is because we want to make sure that we don't end up with degradation of Claude by having too large of a rule file, but we're really trying to squeeze as much out of the rule file as possible. So apparently the maximum limit for Claude code files is around about 40k characters, but obviously we still want to make sure that we don't lose any rules. My prediction is that in 2 years these rules are going to become the equivalent of your cultural knowledge, and if you've got really good rules then it's going to be very easy for you to basically just do loads of stuff. So let's have a look here, what's it cutting? I like this one. Can you also move any information directly into the README that you think would be better there? As we are at referencing the README. And also duplicate any information against the README. There is no point having a very large README file either. Cool, that's nice. Right, next thing we want to do is we want to work on the media service. So we'll do this in cursor. And we want to I want to utilize DTOs. Hold on. There's a task here before this. From my client side application, when we click generate video, classify temporal, we should use the progressive folder for these DTOs because they are progressive. You will need to update Fastify I don't want to be using set unknowns. Can you also move any job metadata to the base, any shared DTOs, etc.? We should basically track it all of the way. Request/response DTOs from Next.js, Fastify, Termporal, and back again. Make the contract really slick, and so that we get open API YAML docs for our video generation. Cool, so Claude's been stripped back, which is nice. Right. Okay, great. Right, next task. So we've got update knowledge. Let me just say this, we should never be redefining types from the domain. These already exist in Again, we'll add that to cursor rules. You should never use types that are domains, i.e. there are types in the various packages, services. You must only be concerned with input and output DTO types. We keep the domain and the internals of a service very loose so that it is essentially a black box. The reason why we do that is it's going to allow us to basically easily have Also, can we change the slideshow renderer to be a factory pattern like in Claude.md, etc. And we're also going to give Claude Code another task, which is I want you to look at all of the what we're doing at. in there. I want to avoid referencing any cursor rules anymore, and decouple Claude.md from cursor rules. Can you make some more cursor rules based on our Claude.md, and update the .mc files? What are they? .mdc, yeah. Can you keep working on the can you keep working on fixing the tests, please? Yeah, cool. So we're just basically going to sync, and then we'll say after you have done that, can you remove the app references in Claude.md so that my cursor rules are no longer imported because we won't need them. After you have made the slideshow renderer, I specifically want you to do the following. Follow the chain of breadcrumbs from, and then we'll put generate video. And then it's generate video. Where is it? Video generation. And then into media rendering. I want you to add the, then into Termporal. Want you to add the relevant DTOs for requests and responses. Let's remove the canvas implementation, the slideshow renderer. I actually was playing around with this the other day and I figured out a better way of doing this. So I'm just going to go in there, find it. So we want to do, I want to find all the shell scripts here. Add center caption. Image caption. What we got here. Green screen meme. want to use the at scripts, etc. is fine, just not any that reference the cursor folder. But yeah, okay, cool. Cool. So I'm going to do another 10-15 minutes, guys, then I'm going to go and fix this video generation file. If we go back into the Claude MD file, if we add .cursor, we don't have any .cursors anymore, which is good. Cool, that's all done. Right, I'm going to go in 5 minutes and I'm just going to go do this bit manually. And basically we're going to go and just make sure we've got all of these shared DTOs and make sure these are passed in. And then after we've done that, then what we're going to do is we are then going to change the implementation from using Canvas to FFMPEG because that is a easier way of adding captions. So I was playing around with that yesterday, and you can do this kind of stuff. So you can do like a green screen meme, or you can do things like, you know, it's like like captions, which are quite nice. So I've been playing around with FFMPEG, and that definitely seems like the best way to do everything. So I'm going to take all those shell scripts which allow me to figure that stuff out, and then just embed that in this services layer. And that's just going to allow us to easily make sure that we can basically get everything working without using the Canva node canvas, because I think actually using FFmpeg is actually better anyway. So that's the plan basically. So. Cool, so we've now added those DTOs, the Claude file is a little bit bigger, smaller even. We've added all these patterns to cursor, and we've removed cursor from Claude, which is good. So we separated Claude and cursor, and then I'm just going to add all these changes in. Cool. Yeah, so I'm going to do another 5 minutes, then I'm going to go make a cup of tea, and then after that I'm going to crack on with this. I'm probably going to write this bit manually because cursor is really struggling in terms of speed, and what we're looking to do is basically you've got this video generation that happens, which happens in the client to Fastify. It makes a request. Then we have the estimate credits request. Then we have video generation response to client. This is just going around in circles, so I'm going to leave this and I'm going to go fix this myself. But yeah, so the plan is, what we need to do is we need to fix specifically this bit here, which is the video generation. And well, I want to go through this line by line and just see specifically what it's meant to be doing. So like when we have a body and we have this, we want to know what type of video generation request. So it could be a render input, and this comes directly from the DTO now, which is this one here. So it's a discriminated union. And then you've got ones here. So you've got slideshow, green screen, compilation, remix, etc. Well, these are to-dos. This one here, the slideshow input schema, this comes directly from here. Then what we do is we take that request and we map it to a content type. Transform slideshow input, so that takes in the render input data, and Superbase validates the input, calculates credits, then we check if they have enough credits, and if not we reply over 402, and then we create a job record, then we send that to, we reserve some credits, and then after we've done that we then kickstart a temporal workflow which then has this data here, and then we have some video job metadata, and then we generate the response, and then we reply with the response. If there's a failure, we throw an error. We release the credits, we set the job to failed, and we rethrow the error. Cool. Alright guys, thanks for tuning in. I'm going to get to it and get stuck in now that I've got those DTOs to work with. So the whole idea of setting this up is that we've got one place where all of the kind of request logic and response logic is stored. And then the idea is that we can basically use these shared DTOs, whether they're bases or point-to-point or progressive, to specifically easily have a one place where we put a lot of the interfaces. So that's it, yeah. And hope you